I spend a lot of time looking at the comparative texts that are prescribed for study every year. There are 36 prescribed and I've written a note on 30 of them. If you're on the Grinds 360 platform, you'll have access to those notes. Many of you will be studying, for example, Ladybird. When thinking about the general vision and viewpoint of Ladybird, do you know what to consider? Do you know what your key moments are? I want to point at 3 key moments. Number 1 is that scene at the beginning of the movie when Marion and Christine wake up in the motel bedroom. And we learn that they've been driving for days. Why? Because they've been looking at colleges for Christine. And Marion, who works 2 jobs as a psychiatric nurse, who works so hard to care for her family and look after her husband, who has his own psychological issues, she has given up her time in order to help her daughter, to try to help her find a place to go to be educated. That's an act of love. It's an act of sacrifice. And it offers a very positive insight into human nature and the love and selfless behaviour that we are capable of. Married to that, there's a scene that I think is the best scene in the movie. When the night before Christine is to go to her new boyfriend's house in the fabulous 40s, Marion stays up late at night, exhausted. There's a close-up shot of her as she works on the dress that she bought for Christine in the thrift store, to make sure that when she wears that dress tomorrow night and when she goes to that house in the fabulous 40s, to those rich people, she's going to look the best she can look. There are no words spoken in that scene as we watch Marion work on altering the dress, but the symbolism is extraordinary. Again, it's a parent and it's about devotion. It's about love and how sacrifice is a part of love. It's a symbol of how much we are willing to give each other, how hard we're willing to work for each other. And again, has a positive impact on the general vision and viewpoint of the text. The final moment I want to point to, besides the wonderful ending, I'm not going to talk about that now, maybe we'll do that if you want in a different video, is a scene that very few people pay attention to. It's the scene when Marion's dad has gone for the interview and has been humiliated by the patronising young man who interviewed him. And when he comes out, having been beaten psychologically and emotionally by the experience, he meets his son, who's about to go in and be interviewed for the same job. Is he bitter? Is he angry? Is he frustrated? He must feel all of those things. But what does he do? He hugs his son and he wishes him good luck. These are the kinds of key moments that you can zone in on. The kind of moments in a text which absolutely have an impact on the general vision and viewpoint. In many texts, there will be negativity, as indeed there is negativity in Ladybird. But look for the moments that you can point to that feed your sense of that text and the perspective of the human experience that it presents. You don't have to agree with your classmates or indeed your teacher on what you think the general vision and viewpoint is. If you think that it's generally positive, optimistic, uplifting, reassuring, then you can say that, but have your key moments ready. In the same way, if you think fundamentally it's pessimistic, dispiriting, a rather bleak view of life and the experiences that we can expect in our lives, well, you can take that point as well. The crucial thing is have your 3 or 4 key moments ready that you can use to point at so you can prove the veracity or the truth of that thesis.